This is Texans TV.
The man in the middle is rocking the mic.
Scoot, scoot. We live, man. Come on now. Come on now.
And we recognize some of the best fans in the world. Texans 360 starts now.
We are ready to rock in Houston. Rock and roll.
Oh, let's go!
Guess when you think you've seen it all, there's always something else.
Welcome into Texans 360. I'm your host, Deepi Sidhu. Happy New Year to all of you out there watching. It's 2021, but also the regular season finale for the Texans. 2020 season has come to an end, but you know what? We are not going to let the season go out without another great show for you tonight. We've got lots to get to. Fan appreciation game coming up on Sunday. We've got the best fans in the world. We've also got a one-on-one with Chad Hansen. But first, we put a mic on the man in the middle, Tyrell Adams, against the Cincinnati Bengals. Check it out.
Scoot, scoot. We live, man. Ooh, they got the roof over today, too. I'm mic'd up, so say something funny today. Hey, first drive, start off fast now.
Second down and 9 at the Houston 42-yard line. Bengals first possession, no score in the first.
3 now. 3 now.
Allen out of the gun, gets the snap, fires underneath. Erickson gets buried at the 34-yard line. Big hit by Adams there. Adams is mic'd up today, by the way.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Tighten up. Tighten up. Buddy. Buddy. I got him. I got him. Tight right. Go to the left. Go to the left.
Third down and 5 for the Bengals at the Houston 31. Allen shotgun, throw over the middle, and incomplete, juggled by Green. 4th and 5, Keon Crossan getting in the way.
Hey! 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 Hey, Keon, you keep playing, boy.
Handoff, Johnson running right, weaving across the 45, 50, and down to the 46-yard line of the Bengals as it's a first down pickup for David Johnson.
Okay.
First down, Texans at the Bengals 25. Deshaun steps back.
Oh, touchdown, let's get it.
Firing left side of the end zone and caught, touchdown, Brandon Cooks.
Oh! Let's go! Hey! Keep playing, boy. Hey, watch the screen now, Hey, be slow in that flat. Start it up.
And he dumps it off to Bernard.
Nice play.
And Jacob Martin with the TFL behind the 20-yard line.
Yeah! There we go, Jay Moore. We go, Jay Moore.
Handoff, David Johnson up the middle. He's in. Touchdown, Houston. 4-yard TD run, David Johnson.
Let's go. Hey, 3-1. Hey, boy. Hey, keep running, boy. Let's go now. Do your job. Let's go. Stay right.
Watson in the gun, David Johnson in the backfield with him. He gets fed left side, 40, 45, cutting right, 50, 45 of Cincinnati, the 40, there's traffic, the 35, 30, twisted, still going, 20, David Johnson inside the 15-yard line. Best run of the year, David Johnson.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, DJ.
Watson with the empty backfield, loose bunch right side. Here's the snap. Deshaun looking left, throws that way. Got a man, touchdown, Houston.
I'm just drawing it up, ain't you?
Let's go play defense.
Yes, sir. Watch the flasher. Bump. Heavy.
Throw over the middle, Pharaoh Brown with the catch at the 45, breaks a tackle, 50, breaks another tackle, 45, taking people with him, 40, Pharaoh with another gang run down to the, make it the 35-yard line.
Let's go, Pharaoh! motherfucker like a bulldozer.
Watson looking. Watson in trouble. He escapes the sack. Watson running. 45, 40, and he's down inside the 35-yard line, tackled by Phillips. 14-yard run, Deshaun Watson.
That boy a magician. Okay, Deshaun Watson.
Escapes out to the right side. Throws short. Fells 10. Fells to the 5.
Oh, money. Let's go!
Fells taking people with him.
Let's go!
Trying to get to the goal line, and Fells is in! Powers his way in!
Let's get money! Let's go! Okay, folks. Good game. Hey, keep doing your thing, baby. You keep balling. Already, bro. Motivation, boy. All right.
Tyrell Adams, love seeing him out on the field this year. He surpassed 100 tackles. He didn't even start every single game this year. One of the bright spots definitely for the Houston Texans in this 2020 season. Another bright spot, Chad Hansen, who's gotten a lot of playing time due to injuries and adversity. He's been out there on the field, caught his first touchdown pass. I had a chance to catch up with him in this week's Deep Slant.
Chad, I guess I have to start with the touchdown catch, first of all, your first career NFL touchdown. And I heard that on the sideline when you scored, there was pandemonium, like teammates running down the sideline, wanting to congratulate you, both offensive, defensive players. How cool was that moment for you and getting to celebrate it with your teammates like that?
Man, I mean, it was my 4th year in the league and my first NFL touchdown. So they knew how much it meant to me. And, it was just awesome being able to celebrate with everybody on the sideline, going, you're out of breath because you've been celebrating on the field with your teammates. You come off and everybody mobs you. It's the best feeling in the world. It was awesome.
I think a lot of people don't know your journey into the NFL.
It has been a long journey, but so I was drafted to the Jets in 2017, played there for a year. So I was released my 2nd year after training camp there, flamed the first week to the Patriots, was there with the Patriots for 2 weeks, picked up by the Tennessee Titans, was with Tennessee for a month, picked up by Denver's practice squad, was released in 2019, was picked up the offseason roster by the Saints, picked up here last 2019 training camp, and then I've been here ever since.
It really is a case of perseverance. I mean, you cannot be an impatient person to go through this process and what you've been through. Thank you so much for the time. A pleasure speaking with you. Chad Hansen on the Deep Slant, presented by Xfinity. Thanks so much, Chad.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Coming up, John Harris breaks down the Tennessee Titans. That's next on Texans 360.
The Texans averaged 9.8 yards per carry Sunday against the Bengals. That's a franchise record, and 1.5 yards better than the second-best performance in team history, which came in 2018 when Houston thumped the Titans in Week 12. 11. With his bulldozing touchdown grab on Sunday, tight end Darren Fells caught his 11th touchdown pass as a Texan. 2020 is his 2nd season in Houston, and he's pulled in 4 scores this year after 7 in 2019. 30. Deshaun Watson tossed a trio of touchdowns against Cincinnati, pulling his season total to 30 in 2020. That's the most in a season in Texans history, and it beat Matt Schaub's 2009 record of 29. I'm Mark Vandermeer, and this is By the Numbers, presented by FedEx.
Texans 360 rolls on. It's Week 17. The Houston Texans will host the Tennessee Titans in a game that's been flexed to 3:25 p.m. So set your clocks and watches accordingly. And we've got John Harris. We love watching him break down every single opponent every single week. And this will be the last time he does it for 2020 in this week's Performance Report.
It's time for the Performance Report, brought to you by Hyundai. In Week 17, just like last year, brings the Tennessee Titans to Houston, with the Titans looking for a playoff opportunity. Now, the Titans are not locked into the playoffs. They need this one, and they win the AFC South because both the Colts and Titans lost last week. Here's the tough part about this one. All the playoff scenarios for the Texans went away a long time ago. So this is all about the playoffs for the Titans and the Texans ruining that opportunity. The Texans won't ruin that opportunity until they slow down Derrick Henry. The last 2 times that they faced Derrick Henry, Big 22 went for over 200 yards both times. Now, in the game in Week 17 last year, he faced a skeleton defense. In Week 6, the Texans botched a couple of run plays. He was able to take a 94-yard run to the house, which changed the game against the Texans. So at that point, can you stop Derrick Henry? If you can, there's a chance. That still means Ryan Tannehill can throw to Jonnu Smith or Corey Davis or A.J. Brown. So there's a lot to handle for this Texans defense. On the other side of the ball, to me, it's fairly simple. You've got to be able to run the ball as you did against the Bengals, and that means you've got to control Jeffrey Simmons on the inside. He's the best defensive player the Titans have, and you've got to be able to control him. You've got to be able to move him a little bit and get him off the ball. If you do, and you can protect like you did in Week 6, you got an opportunity to move the football against these guys. The Packers did it. The Texans did it back in Week 6. Nearly every team has done it against the Titans. This is not a tough defense to move the ball on. But you have to slow down Derrick Henry. You have to steal a possession, and then you have to score sevens every single time you have it. Pretty simple formula for taking on the Titans in Week 17.
I love catching up with my friends around the league as well. This week I caught up with Titans team reporter Amy Wills. We saw the Titans earlier in Week 6. We all remember what a battle that was. Things have changed for both teams, but I caught up with Amy to see what the Titans are looking as they head into Sunday's game. This week on Enemy Sidelines, presented by Microsoft Teams, we've got Titans team reporter Amy Wills joining us. It's the regular season finale for the Texans. The Titans hope it's not their regular season or 2020 finale. They hope to make the postseason. So, Amy, tell me what's the attitude of this Titans team? They're facing a Texans team with a losing record, but a lot at stake for Sunday's game.
Absolutely. And the real thought process around the Tennessee Titans team right now is just win one game. Like, it really is that simple. You have to win one game. It kind of takes the pressure off. It takes the daunting postseason.
If there's one player that we have to mention when we talk about the Tennessee Titans, it's Derrick Henry, which brings us to our next-gen stat presented by AWS. Derrick Henry currently leads the league in rushing yards. He's got 1,777 rushing yards. It seems like no matter what defense is facing him, he has a big game. So is there an Achilles heel?
I think the short answer is no. Watching him play, it seems like as the game goes on, he just gets stronger and stronger. There have been teams that have been able to slow him down, but he's a guy that is consistent and he is intentional with the way that he runs and he's patient.
They've seemed to really have struggled in their losses, the Titans defense, just collectively giving up about 40 points in their last two losses to the Packers and the Browns.
The issues that the Tennessee Titans are having are due to injuries. I mean, just the outside linebacker alone, there's been so many changes this season. There's been so many injuries. Same in the secondary. So there's a lack of consistency on that side of the ball when it comes to personnel, and that leads to a lot of communication problems, I think. And that seems to be the overarching issue within the Titans defense's communication.
Amy, thank you so much for the time. Safe travels to Houston. It will not be cold, I promise you that. Mark Vandermeer breaks out some Texans trivia. That's next on Texans 360.
This season is not the same without our fans. You may not be going to the stadium this year, but with Microsoft Surface, our game day traditions aren't going anywhere. The Houston Texans are bringing our game day traditions to you at home, with friends and family or wherever you may be, through the Game Day Traditions page presented by Microsoft Surface on the Houston Texans app and HoustonTexans.com. Texans traditions are timeless. Help pass along our traditions to the next generation of Texans fans by singing and clapping along to Deep in the Heart of Texas. Helping Toro out with the Houston Texans chant and cheer for every Texans first down with your family, no matter where they are. Make sure traditions don't skip a beat and take part in everything Texans game day. Lead off with pregame performances including Deep Steel Thunder and the National Anthem, and keep the celebration going into the fourth quarter with yells of "We Are Texans" and cap off scoring drives and victories with Football Time in Houston. No matter where you're rooting for the Texans, celebrate what makes Texans game day special. Texans fans and Texans families bring our traditions to life.
Welcome back to Texans 360, and we've got a really fun tradition that we started this year with home games. Mark Vandermeer, voice of the Texans, also trying his hand at game show host. He asks some Texans trivia of some of our very, very favorite fans, our Texans fans, who are really, really good at this. Take a look.
Hello, Texans, and welcome to Texans First and 10, the game show you've been hearing so much about. And if you haven't watched, you're about to. Here we go. Grayson, big player first down.
Big play.
All right, big play. Here we go. True or false, Romeo Crennel is the first interim coach in Texans history. So, in other words, he's the only interim coach in Texans history. True or false?
False.
Who is the other one? You don't have to name it to be.
Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips is the other one. All right, so that's a big play, and you are down to the 15-yard line. Another big play, you're in the end zone. Andrea, big player first down. I think you got a big play here. What do you think?
I say big play.
I say big play too. Good. Okay, all-time leading rusher for the Houston Texans. Is it A, Dominic Davis, now known as Dominic Williams, B, Arian Foster, or C, Lamar Miller? Who is it?
I'm going to go with Lamar Miller.
Oh, breaking my heart. You broke my heart, Andrea, but
No,
just in a trivia
Arian
game
Foster.
sense. Yeah, it could be Arian Foster. Darn it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to say that too.
50, I know, but you know, when you're on the big stage like this, when you're on national television like this, it's very difficult. Okay, Grayson, big play, puts it in the end zone. You win the game right here because Andrea went first. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do this. True or I'm not going to go true or false. Should I go true or false? I don't know. I'm going to give it to you. I think you're going to get this one. Who's the all-time leading passer for the Houston Texans?
It has to be Matt Schaub.
That is correct. You win the game. Tough questions, good answers, Grayson. Andrea, you did great. And we really appreciate you guys being on the show today. Andrea, you win the Kroger gift card. Grayson, an autographed Texans photo. And we're going to give you a little selection, so we'll let you know that. Thanks so much for playing. You guys have fun today?
Yes. Good game, Andrea.
Learned a great deal.
And thank you for watching Texans First and 10. Go Texans.
Thank you.
Texans.
We appreciate some of the best fans in the world. That's next on Texans 360. This Thanksgiving, the Houston Texans Foundation hosted the Texans Care for Texans campaign presented by Kroger, benefiting the Houston Food Bank. The goal was to help our friends and neighbors facing food insecurity and to provide meals to 500,000 Houstonians during the holiday season. Because of the generosity of Texans fans, this campaign surpassed that goal and raised more than 500,000 meals. Houston Texans President Jamie Roots and President of Kroger Joe Kelly presented a check for over $175,000 to Amy Reagan of the Houston Food Bank so that no Houstonian goes without a meal. Thank you to Texans fans, the partners at Kroger, and the Houston Food Bank for making a difference for the city of Houston. It's the final segment of Texans 360, and what a year it's been. 2020 football season has been a strange one. Fans have had to wear masks. There's been social distancing. There's been limited capacity at games, even a few games with no fans at all. But you know what? Through it all, our Texans fans have been the very best, as they've always been. We want to show our appreciation for them. We've done it 25 straight days of giveaways for Fan Appreciation Month, all leading up to the Fan Appreciation Game. And we wanted to give a shout out to our Houston Texans fans.
With the unprecedented impact of COVID-19 on Houston, the Texans and McNair family have been proud to support our community when it needed it most. The McNair family provided $500,000 to Meals on Wheels and the Houston Food Bank, and another $1 million to support the rent relief program through the city of Houston. The Texans Foundation stepped in to provide $50,000 in emergency funding to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Houston, the YMCA of Greater Houston, and Southern Smoke. The Texans raised $630,000 for the United Way of Greater Houston and donated more than $500,000 the COVID-19 Recovery Fund, helping to raise $17 million for the cause. Texans players, cheerleaders, and legends lent their time to virtually read their favorite stories to kids as they huddled at home, and Texans players and executives sent messages of support to hospital staff, grocery store workers, and frontline heroes.
I just want to take a second to say thank you. Thank you to all of our healthcare workers, every single one of you who's putting in all these hours, who's putting in the time, the effort, the energy.
We are proud to bring smiles, laughter, and joy to kids across Houston, even in this very challenging time as we seek to fulfill our mission to be champions for youth. But we could not do it without you, our fans. Thank you to the greatest fans in the world. You showed up as we kicked off the season with a virtual luncheon. You ran through parks for Running of the Bulls. And you also gave through the Texans Care for Texans online auctions and the 50-50 jackpots. We care about our community. We are with you, and we thank you, fans.
That's going to do it for Texans 360. What a roller coaster 2020 has been. Looking forward to some great things in 2021. Wishing all of you the very best as the new year has arrived. And very special thanks to everyone that worked on this show. Special thanks to Tyler Suddarth. To all of you out there watching, stay safe. And as always, go Texans.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to know when we post new content.